Focusing on cobalt now, we've seen the price there. It's lost about 50% from about $23,500 per ton. Let's get a check on why, what's happening with the price there with cobalt. Let's join us now is Tomiwa Ajawole, the analyst, financial derivatives company. Good to have you, Tomiwa.
Good morning, Ladi. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so like every other commodity there, what's driving volatility with the price of cobalt?
Yeah, I think, first of all, it's important to note that Democratic Republic of Congo accounts for not less than 80% of total cobalt supply globally. So that makes them a key determinant of what happens in the cobalt market. And between 2023 to 2025, there was a huge increase in the supply from Congo in terms of cobalt. So that really dampened price. And, price came down about 50%. And, with lower prices, that's not good for the export earnings of Congo. So what happened was that in February 2025, they did a 4-month export ban on cobalt. So with that, the price skyrocketed back up 50% in the last 3 months. So we've seen a little bit of volatility in cobalt prices just due to the actions of Democratic Republic of Congo. So in 2025, it's expected that the price will remain relatively unchanged because right now there's a huge supply in cobalt and demand is coming down. Most cobalt is a key ingredient for batteries. And what's happening now is battery makers are making batteries with less of cobalt. They're moving towards this lithium iron phosphate. So there's a falling demand for cobalt while the supply is huge and is why prices are muted right now.
Right, and talking about green energy at this point, we know President Donald Trump is not really into that at this point. How do you see that impacting the demand for cobalt?
Yeah, so as I said, cobalt is mainly used for batteries, and batteries is key for electric vehicles, which is also in line with the green transition. But with the Trump administration, we've seen a lot of rollbacks for green policies. Tax credits are being rolled back, and also tariffs on minerals are also affecting the demand for electric vehicles in America because these tariffs actually increase, their projections and estimates that increase the price of EV cars as much as $15,000. So that is affecting the sales of EV vehicles in America. Well, the EV market is just more than America alone. There's still huge demand in Europe, there's huge demand in Asia, and the Trump administration is not going to be for life. So, the next US administration will be back to green transition. But in 2025, yes, EV demand in America is falling. That can affect the demand for cobalt. But in the global cobalt cobalt market, we're seeing sharp demand as EV demand is still on the rise.
And definitely, for countries that depend heavily on just one commodity, I know Nigeria has, some cobalt at this time. What do you see in our exports or plans for, exporting cobalt?
Yeah, so according to the Minister of Minerals, Nigeria has about $700 billion worth of critical minerals on just our reserves, and there are a lot of things that need to be done if we're going to go away from potential our minerals potential to actualization. And it starts with getting rid of red tapes. We need licensing to be made easier. We need faster permits. We need more ease into the importation of the machineries that are needed to mine these minerals. And also, we can't do all of this without proper infrastructure. So it's still the same story we're saying. Without good power supply, without good electricity, we will not be able to take advantage of these potentials. And one last thing, because Nigeria has too many small businesses. So we need, we have several mining artisanals that are just doing small scale. We need proper training and a proper large establishment of large enterprises, coming together of all these small scale artisanals into a proper large enterprise with proper training, strategic partnership with international companies who have expertise in this sector. So with all of that, there's no reason why we cannot use these mineral sectors to boost the economy. And given the fact that it's in the manufacturing sector, extractive sector, it's going to do a lot for employment. So yeah, we'll be able to improve living standards in the country and grow the economy via the mineral sector.
All right, thank you so much, Tomiwa, for bringing us up to speed on what's playing out there with cobalt prices. Thank you so much.